Amazon is planning to lay off approximately 10,000 employees in corporate and technology roles.
According to many media reports, e-commerce behemoth Amazon plans to fire hundreds of corporate employees as soon as this week.
Just broke, reporting that the company plans to lay off around 10,000 employees.
According to the New York Times and Wall Street Journal, Amazon is looking to fire up to 10,000 employees, or 3% of the white-collar workforce at the store. The journal claims that layoffs in its hardware segment, which includes Alexa, the company's digital voice assistant, are probable. Amazon's stock fell roughly 2% on Monday. According to the article, the cuts would be the largest in the company's history, affecting Amazon's devices unit, retail division, and human resources largely. The reported layoffs would amount to less than 1% of Amazon's global workforce, and fewer than 3% of its corporate personnel. The report comes on the heels of layoffs at other tech companies. Last week, Meta announced the layoff of more than 13% of its workforce, or more than 11,000 employees, while Twitter let off over half of its workforce in the days following Elon Musk's $44 billion acquisition of the company. Tech companies like Facebook and Twitter have been hit with layoffs, with many of their employees being let go. While these companies are still doing well financially, they're obviously feeling the pinch from the current economic downturn, and as a result, they're also cutting back on their payrolls. This is bad news for the workers who are being laid off, of course, but it's also bad news for the economy as a whole. When big employers start laying off workers, it can ripple out and impact other businesses and industries. And similar were the ideas of the Apple CEO.
We're being very deliberate on our hiring. That means we're continuing to hire, but not everywhere in the company are we hiring. We believe strongly in investing for the long term, and we don't believe you can save your way to prosperity. We think you invest your way to it.
And the question here is why Amazon or other big companies are doing so. The study comes just weeks after Amazon warned of a slowdown in growth during the hectic holiday season, when it used to produce the most revenue. According to Amazon, this is because rising costs have caused individuals and businesses to have less money to spend. The world's largest online retailer has spent much of this year adjusting to a significant slowdown in e-commerce growth, as consumers reverted to pre-pandemic habits. Amazon has postponed warehouse openings and halted retail hiring. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy has pledged to restructure operations in the face of sluggish sales growth and economic uncertainties. Because the group's voice-activated devices have yet to become must-have electronics, the Alexa division has long been vulnerable to downsizing. The COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in many tech companies hiring a lot of employees. However, as work has decreased, these companies have had to lay off workers. Many tech companies are laying off workers due to the decrease in work after the pandemic decrease. Companies like Facebook and Snapchat depend on ad revenue, and with the decrease in advertising, they are forced to lay off workers. Some people are saying that this layoff of employees could be temporary, but it is not clear how long it will last. First, they hired a large number of workers during the pandemic, when everyone was online. Now that the online boom has subsided, offline life has resumed, and those new employees appear to be prohibitively expensive. If Amazon follows through on the plans, it would be the biggest job cut in its history. Amazon declined to discuss the report. Its founder and executive chair, Jeff Bezos, owns the Washington Post. However, under CEO Andy Jassy, who succeeded Bezos last year, the business has scaled back several of its newer ventures, including some of its brick-and-mortar store tests and Amazon Care, which is a core healthcare product. Amazon closed its physical bookshops, as well as a chain of 4-star locations, earlier this year. The projected employment cuts are also a surprising turnaround for Amazon, which has eagerly employed tens of thousands of workers in its warehouses and corporate headquarters over the last decade. At the end of September, the corporation had more than 1.5 million employees, a 5% rise over the previous year. Amazon's retail business, which includes its physical and online retail operations as well as its logistical operations, has been strained as a result of the pandemic's rise in demand and quick expansion. The company has stated that it has scaled back its expansion plans and has informed investors that it perceives customer uncertainty. Jeff Bezos, the founder and CEO of Amazon, has announced that the company will be laying off a large number of employees. This decision has been met with mixed reactions from the public. Some people believe that this is a necessary move in order to keep the company afloat during these difficult times. Others feel that this is a heartless decision that will only hurt those who are already struggling. Regardless of what people think of his decision, it's clear that Bezos is a very smart man. What do you think about this? Let me in the comment box. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel as this is all about Jeff Bezos. Thanks for watching till the end.